The electron transport chain is part of a process called oxidative phosphorylation, which takes place in mitochondria's inner membrane. Oxidative phosphorylation is the last step of cellular respiration. A series of oxidative reactions results in ATP production. Oxygen is the last electron acceptor in this process. A redox reaction occurs in the hydrophilic part of complex 1. NADH gets oxidized into NAD+, while FMN gets reduced and gains 2 electrons, becoming FMNH+. The electrons are then transferred via a series of sulfur-iron clusters towards the catalytic site, in which ubiquinone will be reduced to ubiquinol. The movement of these electrons creates a current that will initiate the proton pump. The ubiquinone present in the membrane gets reduced at the catalytic site and is released into the membrane to continue towards complex 3, creating the proton gradient. Complex 2 does not pump protons directly. Instead, it sends 2 protons to the complex 3 in form of the reduced ubiquinol molecule. Ubiquinol molecule attaches to complex 3 and is converted into ubiquinone while transferring 2 electrons to the complex. Via sulfur-iron cluster onto the cytochrome C1, and then finally onto cytochrome C. 2 hydrogens are carried by ubiquinone into the intermembrane space. Another ubiquinone molecule is converted to ubiquinol, completing the Q cycle as cytochrome C transfers electrons onto the next complex. Four cytochrome C reduced by complex 3 dock near the copper A center, one by one. Each cytochrome passes 4 electrons onto the copper A center. The reduced copper A center then passes the electrons onto the copper B center, then onto the heme A center and heme A3. This process plays a vital role in reducing molecular oxygen to water. This water is then released in the mitochondrial matrix. ADP binds between the alpha and the beta subunits. Each third of the rotation converts one ADP into one ATP. There are 3 possible binding sites. When an ATP molecule leaves its binding site, an ADP molecule takes its place. Movement of the protons down their electrochemical gradient provides the energy needed for this reaction. The protons are highlighted in red. The gamma subunit rotates while the alpha and the beta experience conformational change that catalyze this reaction.